Good morning, Storytime friends. How are you doing today? It's Miss Hannah over at the Barkman branch, and I am so excited to read about kindness with you all today. So, we are in the month of February, and the most popular holiday in February is Valentine's Day. And Valentine's Day is all about love love for other people, love for yourself, everything like that. So, I figured it would be great to read about kindness today because kindness is a really important thing, and it's a great way to show the people that you love that you care about them. So, if you can show kindness to your parents or your guardians, if you can show kindness to siblings or friends, that's really wonderful because being kind to other people shows them that you love them. And it's important too to show kindness not just to people that you know and love, but to show kindness to people that you don't know. So, even strangers. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be really nice and hug them and talk to them or anything like that. It just means being nice to other people and being treated the way you want to be treated. So, I have a special guest later on, and she will talk to us more about all of the different ways you can show kindness, even to strangers. But for now, let's go ahead and get into our storytime song. Are you ready for that storytime, friends? Alrighty. I want you up on your feet. Stand up, everyone, stand up. And let's sing our storytime song. Are you ready for a story? If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, clap your hands. Ooh, nice hand clapping today, Storytime friends. Nice and loud. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. Did you hear my stomping Storytime friends? Let me hear yours. You all are loud today. Loud clapping and stomping. Nice job. Let's do some fun circles. If you're ready for a story, turn around. If you're ready for a story, turn around. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, turn around. Nice circles. And now let's all get seated and get ready for our first story. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, take a seat. All right, nice job, Storytime friends. Everyone is seated and comfortable. Did you get all your wiggles out? Good. It's important to get your wiggles out so you can concentrate on the book, right? Alrighty. Well, now that we're all set, let's read our first book, all about kindness. This one is called Finding Kindness, and it's by Deborah Underwood, and it's illustrated by Irene Chan. And thanks to Macmillan for letting us read this today. Finding Kindness. What do you think this book is going to be about? I see two people being friends, and a cute little cow with a balloon. Well, let's go ahead and read and see what happens. Kindness is sometimes a cup and a card. Or a ladder, a truck, and a tree. What is the firefighter doing? Being kind and getting the cat out of the tree, huh? A scritch and a cuddle, a rake and a yard. A cookie, a carrot, a key. It's seeds and a feeder, a seat on the train. Wow, look at this story time, friends. I'll show you panel by panel. Kindness is a daisy, a peach, or a pie, a wave at a baker, a boost on a crane, a sandwich shared up in the sky. Wow, look how tall that is. Look at all of the different ways those people are showing kindness, even way up high on the crane. Kindness is sometimes a tip in a case or a tap when a lace is untied. It's taking a photo or making some space. It's a racket, a rocket, a ride. It's dirt and a shovel, petunias and pails. It's trees that will someday give shade. It's plans and a hammer. It's lumber and nails. It's houses and cold lemonade. Kindness is sometimes just taking a break or sitting with someone who's sad. What can we see here, Storytime friends? Uh-oh, looks like the lemonade spilled, huh? And now they're upset and sad about it. Looks like the girl is upset that the boy spilled it and the boy is sad. What can they do to be kind to each other? Forgiving yourself when you've made a mistake or forgiving a friend who got mad. That's a way to show kindness, right? It's okay to make mistakes and spill things. And the important thing is to forgive yourself and forgive your friends when they make mistakes. It's cuddling puppies. It's holding a door. It's a toy and a treat and a comb. It's seeing the animals others ignore. It's a leash and a lick and a home. Kindness is sometimes a song or a stick or a hi and a bat and a ball. It's soup when a neighbor is sneezy and sick, or a scoop if one happens to fall. It's reading a story, it's feeding a fish, it's a bucket, a book, and a yard. It's kissing a sister, it's wishing a wish. It's a bug and a cup and a card. All right, story time, friends, and that's finding kindness. So what did we learn? Let's see if I can go back here. There were so many different ways to show kindness, right? They gave us examples in the whole story. So let's think of some. What do you remember? What are some ways we can find and show kindness? That's right. You can plant trees and flowers with people. What else can you do? Let's go back a couple pages. If someone loses their key and you find it, you can go give it to them. What else can you do to show kindness? This one has a lot of good ones. Something just as simple as reading a book to someone else, taking care of your pets and your animals and making sure you feed them, sharing things with one another. All of those are great ways to show kindness, right? And I bet if you look around you, you'll see all kinds of kindness happening, even if you don't notice it at first. Well, let's talk some more about kindness and let's get my special guest to join us. So, I have a special guest today that I'm very excited about, and she is an expert in kindness. Please welcome Margaret the Moose. Hi, Margaret. Hello. Thank you for joining us, Margaret. You're welcome. So, Margaret, let me fix your leg. There we go. Today, we are talking about kindness. Oh, kindness. I know quite a lot about that. That's why I was so excited to have you here today because I know you are a really good moose and really good at showing kindness to other people. That's right. And sometimes you think it might be hard to be kind, but it's not hard at all. What do you mean by that, Margaret Moose? Well, for example, if you have a sibling who makes you upset, it might be hard to show kindness to them. That's true. When I get upset, sometimes it's hard to be kind to other people. But the important thing to remember is kindness isn't hard. It can be a very simple little thing that you do to show that you love other people. So if I get upset at my sibling and I don't feel like showing kindness, what can I do? Hmm. For example, you can apologize to your sibling. If you've made a mistake, you can say sorry, and that's a way of showing kindness. Saying sorry, that does sound pretty easy. And it's important to say sorry because I want them to know that I love them. That's right. You could do other things too. For example, if your sibling's upset, you could just sit and be near them. Hmm. What if my sibling's upset but they don't want me to be near them? Another way to show kindness is by respecting other people's space. So if you try to sit next to your sibling and they don't like it, go ahead and give them some space. That's also showing them kindness by letting them have their own time and space away from you. Well, that's pretty easy, isn't it? I can try something, and if it doesn't work, I can try something else that helps them. Kindness is all about being helpful, and if you remember that, you can do a lot of things that will be kind. Well, that's really helpful, Margaret. Say, we have a bucket of things that I know you've written down. It took a while with my who's, but I did write all of these down. So, can you tell me what's in this bucket, Margaret? This is some examples of ways to be kind. So, I thought I could read them to you, and then they will give you some ideas of things that you can try at home. I think that's a good idea. What do you think, Storytime friends? Should we have Margaret show us examples of ways to be kind? All right, yeah, I think they're interested. Let's go for it, Margaret. All right. Oh, you have a bunch in there. Let's just take one out. All right, all right. The first one I have is listen to a friend. Oh, now this is a good example for siblings too, isn't it? Maybe if a sibling is upset, you could listen to them as well, or to a friend. For example, if you notice that your friend wants to talk about something but they're not talking, maybe ask them about it and listen while they talk to you. That's a good idea, Margaret. Let's see what our next example is. Wow, you're getting a lot of examples all in a row. This is great. Give someone a high five. That's a good idea, Margaret. Yes, what I like about this one is it can be really simple and you don't have to think really hard about it. But for example, if a friend or someone did something really good and you want to celebrate, you could give them a high five. Or in my hand, a high hoof. Good idea, Margaret. We can give people high fives or high hoofs and say, good job. That's a great way to show kindness. All right, let's see. Let's do a couple more. Oh, this is a good one, Margaret. Good pick. Here, I'll help you. There we go. Help clean up. Now, what do you mean by this one, Margaret? Well, when you play and you make a mess with your toys or your siblings make messes, it can show a lot of kindness to your parents and guardians by cleaning up your mess. So you can, if you make a mess, you should clean it up And even if it's not your mess, if you want to show really good kindness, you can help the other person clean their mess up. That's a really helpful one. I bet a lot of parents and guardians would think that that's very kind if you help to clean up. All right, Margaret, let's choose one more, shall we? That sounds good. Oh, I like this one too. Man, Margaret has so many good ideas. This one says, write someone a kind note. I love this idea, Margaret. I love this idea too, because sometimes you might be far away from the friend or family that you want to show love to, but you can show love to them or even to other people you don't know super well by writing a letter. What do you mean by that, Margaret? Well, for example, if you really, really appreciate the firefighters in your community, but you don't know them super well, you can write a letter to the fire station thanking them for all the hard work that they do to keep us safe. I see. That's a good idea. Writing someone a letter and thanking them is a great way to show kindness. Well, thank you so much, Margaret. What did you Storytimers think? Was that helpful? All right, I think so too. Thank you so much, Margaret. Thank you for having me, and thank you for showing kindness to other people. All right, we'll see you later, Margaret. Thanks for sharing those ideas today. Bye. Bye. All right, Storytime friends, what did you think? I think that was really helpful for Margaret to give us some examples. So we can listen to a friend by show kindness that way. We can give someone a high five. We can help clean up. And we can write someone a kind note. I love all of those examples. So Storytime friends, if you want to show some kindness this week, maybe think about doing one of those activities, and I bet the person will love it. All right, let's go ahead and read our next book about kindness. And this has some other great ways to show kindness. Some simple things you can say like, thank you, right? So this is Give Thank You a Try by James Patterson, and it has lots of various illustrators. So on every page, you'll see the illustrator's name that illustrated that page. And thank you to Hatchet Children's Group for letting us read this. All right, give thank you a try. Every morning, our family has breakfast together. It's nice. Daddy and Mommy always say, thank you for being Emma. Thank you for being Olivia. Thank you for being Jimmy. And we say, thank you for being Mommy and Daddy. Thank you for PB&J in our PJs. Thank you for miles and miles and miles of smiles and smiles and smiles. Thank you for raindrops that keep falling on our heads and toes and everywhere in between. Thank you for the petting zoo. Woo-hoo! We say please and thank you in our house. When Isabella was teeny weeny, we taught her please and thank you. She would sit in her high chair and say, please and thank you, over and over. I think she was saying she was hungry. Thank you for blue skies, nothing but blue skies. Oh, and clouds shaped like horses, cows, and monkeys. Thank you for snow and sleigh rides and snowballs and snow girls. Thank you for tickles, tickles, tickles. Thank you for my teddy bear, who also says thank you. We have a very special teacher at school. When the bell rings after class, he stands at the door. He says thank you to each of us when we leave. Thank you for the nightlight in the hall, and the one on the stairs, and the one in the bathroom. Thank you for tricky, terrible, totally tough tongue twisters. Mommy was in the hospital. She's okay now. Our family visited her there after her operation. Mommy woke up. She saw us. Then she smiled and said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here." Everybody cried. Thank you for hills and dales and humongous whales. Thank you for Santa telling Mommy her Christmas present came from us. Thank you for sweet puppy licks and cozy kitten cuddles. Nothing could be better. I agree with that, Storytime friends. Thank you for holding me way, way up high to see the Thanksgiving parade. One time we went to my brother's baseball game. He struck out. My brother doesn't ever strike out. His team lost. My brother was real quiet going home after the game. Usually, he's noisy. I whispered to him, "You're a really good baseball player, Matt." My brother stayed quiet. Then he said, "Thank you, Sophie." We were both quiet after that. What did Sophie do to show kindness to Matt? That's right, she complimented his skills. And what did Matt do to show kindness to Sophie? He said thank you, right? Thank you for spinach, kale, and broccoli. But thank you especially for ice cream sundaes with whipped cream and a cherry on top. A famous football player grew up in our town. He came to visit one day. Just about the whole town went to see him at the high school stadium. He said he came back home just to say thank you. Thank you for my toasty warm, comfy Betty Bye and my lovey to snuggle with me. Every night before we go to bed, Daddy and Mommy say, "Thank you for being Emma. Thank you for being Olivia. Thank you for being Jimmy." And we say, "Thank you for being Mommy and Daddy. Thank you and good night." So what do we think, Storytime friends? What's another way that we can show kindness? That's right, by saying thank you. And there's a lot of things to be thankful for, aren't there? And if someone else shows kindness to you by saying a nice word, by opening the door for you, you can also be kind back by saying thank you. All right, Storytime friends. Well, thank you so much for reading about kindness with me today. And here is our craft for this week. This is a kindness tree. So this upcoming week, Every time you do something kind, you can write it on one of these hearts and then you glue it onto the tree that you've made. And pretty soon you'll have a tree full of beautiful acts of kindness. So here, wrote a letter to an older relative, gave a stranger a compliment, thanked my parents, donated money from my piggy bank, donated winter clothes to a charity. Those are some ideas of kindness. And also, Margaret the Moose gave us some great ideas as well as our books, right? So choose a couple things that you want to do to show kindness this week, and you can put them on your kindness tree, okay? And if you want to pick these up, they are available at the Barkman branch. Just ask for our preschool kits. All right, so I am so excited. I hope you have fun with the kindness tree. I would love to see all of the acts of kindness that you do to help other people this week and fill up your beautiful kindness tree. All right, make sure to join me next week. Next week, we're going to be talking all about food, okay? And I want to hear all about the acts of kindness you do. All right, take care, Storytime friends. Have a good week. Thanks for reading with me.